Hey guys, it's Spiritually Mommy. I am making a short video about the wonders of mastitis. The quality of this video may not be the best. I'm again holding my phone and just kind of doing it vlogging style. I was actually diagnosed with mastitis, which you can get even if you're not breastfeeding, to my understanding anyhow. But it's actually pretty common to get when you are breastfeeding. You can have like a clogged milk duct, and that can kind of get infected, and that infection turns into mastitis. That's what the infection is. And you pretty much know that you have mastitis if you are having, like the pain, the severe pain in your breast, and you have a fever. My entire breast turned red, like the entire thing. And then I was put on antibiotics. I don't have them in front of me, so I can't remember the name. I want to say cephalexin. That sounds right, but who knows? I'll just insert the name in the video. Um, but basically, I don't know, maybe a week ago, I woke up in pain. Like the night before, I was totally fine. At this point, I'm almost exclusively pumping as opposed to breastfeeding and pumping because we are still battling this thrush. So I've been pumping um, almost exclusively. And I woke up that morning and I was just in so much pain in my left breast. And, I knew it was a clogged milk duct. Even if you've never had it before, when you have it, you just know. So I tried to massage it. I tried to put a warm towel on it. I tried getting in the shower and just letting the hot water run on my chest. Nothing was working, and I was in so much pain. I tried to pump, but that was pretty unbearable. And while I was dealing with the mastitis on the left side, I wasn't producing a lot of milk. Normally, when I pump, I would get 6 ounces from each side, and I was getting maybe 2. So I was having to pump pretty much every hour because baby Osa is drinking 4 ounces every 3 to 4 hours. So I was basically having to pump every hour, because pumping can actually help. They actually recommend that you pump or breastfeed when you're dealing with mastitis. So I was pumping to deal with that, but I was also pumping to make sure that she had milk because I just can't wrap my mind around formula if my body's making the milk to give to her. So, I woke up the next morning. Actually, I called my doctor's office and I told them what was going on. And by the time I called them, it was like 4 o'clock. So, when they called me back the next morning, they basically told me I had a prescription and to go pick it up. That night, it was like 6 o'clock the next evening when I finally got the prescription. And actually, what made me go pick it up at that time was I just gotten out of the shower, and that's when I noticed that my entire left breast was red, like the whole thing. So, I'm like, I need to go ahead and get on these antibiotics. So I get on antibiotics, and my fever broke, which, isn't always a great sign. I'm still in pain, but my fever broke. So anyway, I continue to take the medication. I think I have to, I don't know, take the whole thing. I don't know how many's in there. I don't remember. But today, this was like last week, I think. This morning, I woke up and I was going to get ready to run some errands. I pumped in the morning like I normally would. And then maybe an hour after I pumped, I started having pain in my right breast. This was, I don't know, maybe 11 o'clock or something in the 11th hour of the day. And I started having pain, and I immediately knew what it was. So I was trying to use my Haka, which is like a suction breast pump deal. Just kind of, it catches the letdown, basically. And I hear that can help kind of unclog a milk duct. I have such a headache, guys. But I was trying that. I was trying a warm compress. I was trying all the different things before it got bad. But by noon, I had a full-blown fever. I was in so much pain. I was freezing cold. Like I had on a robe, my socks. I was fully dressed, and then I had on my robe, and then I had on my socks, and then I had on my blanket, and then I had on my daughter's blanket on top of mine. Yeah, I had on 2 blankets. So I was freezing cold. But anyhow, this was at, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It is, what time is it?
6:20.
It's 6:20 p.m. I still have a fever. Uh, I'm not in as much pain, but it's painful to touch. So I'm gonna try to go pump again. I'm gonna try to go, um, use the hot water and see if that kind of releases the clogged duct, and keep going with this whole thing. But I think what made me get a clogged duct on the right side was, um, when I did have the mastitis on the left side. Like I said, I was pumping like every hour, and then when that kind of let up and my milk supply came back in, because it did come back in, I wasn't pumping every hour anymore, and I think my body may have gotten used to it even over the course of just a couple of days. So I went back to my normal pumping schedule, and I also realized, like, when I use my breast pump, the bottles only hold, it says 5 ounces, but you can pump a little bit more, and you end up getting 6. So basically, when I would pump, I would just stop pumping once the bottle's full, as opposed to emptying it and continue to pump until I completely empty my breast. And I realize now that is a huge problem. That could be causing the clogged milk ducts. Plus, I learned that breast pumps can't fully empty your breast anyway, like a baby could. So, I'm still taking the antibiotics. I still have a ridiculous headache right now, and I still have a fever. Don't know if I said that already, but this is my journey, and I know a lot of people wanted to know more about, this is real life. Like, if you are a breastfeeding mama, this is a very real possibility, but something that you can get over. It's something that you can get through. I'm not really one to take medication. I would prefer to try a natural route before. So that's, research that I'm doing, just in case I ever come across this again. I'll know what to do. But that is what I'm dealing with right now. If you are having a pain when you're breastfeeding, you can try those things. You can try to massage it. Even like leaning over your baby, basically hanging over your baby. Like, if you're on all fours, if you are breastfeeding, or even pumping, if you're on all fours and you're just kind of like letting your breast hang, basically, and that can help release a clogged duct. Massaging it, warm compress, the hot water, breastfeeding, of course, or pumping, that helps a lot. And making sure that you don't skip any pumping sessions. And that's something that I've also been doing, because baby Osa's sleeping a little bit longer at night. So I'm not waking up at the same times that I would normally wake up to pump. Which I don't, I got to figure out what to do about that. Do I continue to pump all night even if she's asleep, or what? I have to figure it out. But anyway, I don't want to make this video super long, because who likes a long, drawn-out video? And I feel like I have a monotone um, voice right now because I don't feel well. But I just wanted to touch on the journey of mastitis. It's real, but it's something that you can get over. Don't give up to the breastfeeding mamas. I know it can be painful, but don't give up. And that's all I have for you guys. If you like this video, if you've dealt with mastitis, comment down below and let me know how long you had it and what you did, what worked best for you. And like this video and subscribe to keep up with our journey. And I will see you guys next video. Bye.